You're welcome to Unit 3 of Principles of Economics. In this unit, we are going to look at 6 different sessions as we normally do for all the units. And here we are going to be talking about the definition and law of demand for session 1, and we are going to talk about determinants of demand for session 2. We'll look at change in demand versus change in quantity demanded for session 3. We are going to look at session 4, which will be about the definition and law of supply. And the session 5 will be determinants of supply. Session 6 will be change in supply versus change in quantity supply. First of all, we would like to begin with the first session, which is session 1, which talks about the definition and law of demand. Now, in this session, we'll be looking at the concept of demand and a very popular law in economics known as the law of demand. And we will use the opportunity to introduce you to a common Latin phrase used in economics, such as let me write here, ceteris paribus. Ceteris paribus. You normally hear ceteris paribus in economics, and it means that it implies all things being equal, Ceteris paribus means all things being equal. So instead of saying all things being equal, it will rain today, you can say ceteris paribus, it will rain today, is a Latin word. An attempt to be made to explain the law of demand and proceed to show you the shape of the demand curve. And so by the end of the session, we believe that you should be able to explain the concepts of demand, and should be able to state and also explain the law of demand. You should be able to draw the demand curve. And you should be able to show the relationship between quantity of a good demanded and then price of the good. You should be able to describe the demand schedule, however you pronounce it. So let's start with the definition of demand, or the concept of demand. Now, before we develop into the real meaning of the word demand as used by economists, we would want you to do some little assignment. Reach out to your dictionary or collect one from your friend and look out for the meaning of demand from your dictionary. Let's see what you come out with. Before you look at this slide, what I have here, you can see from the slide that this is giving us the meaning from Advanced Learners Dictionary. I want you to pick your own dictionary and then look at the definition of demand from your own dictionary, and let's see what it tells us. All right. So when we check, maybe when you compare your definition to what I have from the Advanced Learners Dictionary, some of the meanings include to ask for. To demand means to ask for, wish to get, or the desire to have something. Demand. I demand for car keys, or I ask for a car key. I demand that you give me the car keys. I ask that you give me the car keys, or I desire that you have me the car keys. All right. In economics, the word demand is used to refer to the amount of the commodity that consumers wish to purchase at any given price at a time. That is not like the normal dictionary definition. It is saying that demand is the amount of commodity that consumers wish to purchase at any given price at a time. All right. This means that in economics, demand does not only refer to wish or desire. Desire may mean wish or desire in economics, but that is not only that. In economics, a demand refers to desire for a thing backed by the ability to pay for it. That is what we are talking about. It is back, you desire for it, but it should be backed by the ability to pay for that which you wish to, ability to pay for that which you wish to get. All right. In short, demand expresses the relationship between prices of a commodity and the quantity consumers would be willing and able to buy. So we are looking at the relationship between prices of commodities and the quantity you are willing to buy at a given price in a given period, or in a particular period of time. This means that demand implies both a desire and the ability to what? Buy. Both desire, so demand implies desire and what? Ability to buy. To buy. All right. Let's talk about the law of demand. What does the law of demand say? Now, uh, let me ask some questions for us to understand before we look at the law of demand, which I have typed here. Let's look at some scenarios. It will help us. First, let me ask, what is your favorite drink? 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 Don't tell me beer or star, or just give me a soft drink. Let's say you want Fanta. Let's say the answer is Fanta. Let's say the answer is Fanta. You are a lady, you like sweet things, so you want. So, second, assuming all things are equal, how could you react in terms of the quantity to buy when you hear that the price of Fanta has fallen from 3 cedis? We know that Fanta is now 3 cedis, right? Let's assume it has fallen from three cedis to 2 cedis. You like Fanta, and you have realized that the price has fallen from 3 cedis to 2 cedis. What will you do? What will you do? You realize that you are actually going to buy more, right? You are going to buy more Fanta because already you like it. And then it is a price that actually sometimes limits you to buy. So if the moment the price is reduced, you may even go and buy more and stock it in your fridge. You may buy more Fanta now that the price has fallen. That, or let's assume that the price of rice has fallen. You see that you may rush to any nearby supermarket to go and buy more. So in this case, the law of demand states that all things being equal, that is ceteris paribus, the lower the price at which a commodity is offered, the greater of its that is demanded. So when price goes down, so let me write, so assuming price goes down, we are saying that quantity demand goes up. And similarly, the higher the price, the lower the demand. So when the price of the commodity goes up, you see that you are going to come low on your demand. So that's what the law of demand says. All things being equal, this is a key word. All things being equal, ceteris paribus, the lower the price at which a commodity is offered, the greater of it that is demanded. And the higher the price, the smaller the quantity that the consumer would be willing to buy. That the consumer will be willing to buy. Now, the law of demand therefore means that when the price of commodity falls, like I've indicated here, when the price of a commodity falls, see the arrow is coming down, the demand will increase. Here the arrow is going up. And when the price increases as the arrow here is going up, the demand will do what? It will fall or it will reduce. Do you agree with this law? If for any reason you think that you have genuine cases and which this may not hold, pick your jotter and write these cases down. There will be a subject for this discussion at the next meeting. Now let's look at demand schedule. So let me draw the table again. I cleared it mistakenly. So rice, I have my price, which is Ghana cedis, and quantity demand. Quantity demand. So assuming you like rice, we said that the price of rice, let's say you have income of 25 cedis, the price of rice is 5 cedis. How many cows will you be able to buy per this amount? You'll be able to buy 5 because 5 times 5 gives me 25. So we want to see how much you can buy, how many caps you buy. If the price reduces to 4 cedis, 3 cedis, 2 cedis, and let's say 1 cedi. So I'll put my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll give my lines. Now when the price is 1 cedi, you are going to buy 25 caps. This is number of caps. Number of caps. When the price is 2 cedis, you're going to buy 12 caps. When it's 3, you buy 8 caps approximately. When it's 4, you buy 6 caps approximately. And when it's 5, you're going to buy 5 caps. Alright. Now this table shows the quantity of the good that can be purchased at various prices. And this is what we call, the quantity of good. The quantity of the good that can be purchased at various prices is what we call the demand schedule or schedule. Now, a demand schedule shows the influence a change in price has on demand. A demand schedule can be prepared for an individual or for a whole market or for a group of individuals. A demand schedule that is prepared for individual is referred to as individual demand schedule. But the one that is prepared for the whole market or a group is called market demand schedule or schedule, however you pronounce it. Let's take another example of a demand schedule. This time round, let us picture the behavior of someone who enjoys eating chocolates. We're going to create a table with columns. First column of the table will show ranges of price of bars of chocolate. The second will show that the chocolate demanded. So let me try and create a small table here. Let me create a small table here. Then this will be the price. This will be the chocolate. Alright, so I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cedis. Then when it's 1 cedi, you like 160. When it's 2 cedis, you like 8. When it's 3 cedis, maybe you like 53. When it's 4 cedis, you like 40. When it's 5 cedis, you like 32. Alright, now, are you aware that people can get sick from eating too many bars of chocolates? Well, if you do not, we are informing you now because too much of everything is actually bad. By the way, do you like chocolate yourself? It is a question. I don't know if you maybe. I think Valentine's Day you were able to get some chocolate for yourself. I believe you didn't eat that much for your stomach to worry or for you to end up being in a hospital. And I believe it's nice. We also enjoy it. And anyways, let's continue. As the price of chocolate rises, quantity that is demanded for. So you see that now at price 1, the quantity was what? 160. But as the price begin to increase from 1 to 2, the demand also fell from what? 160 to 80. As it increased from 2 to 3, the demand fell from 80 to 53. 3 to 4, realize that demand also fell from 53 to what? 40. And as the price increased from, realize that the demand decreased from what? 40 to 32. Now let's talk about the demand curve. We believe that you are following and enjoying the discussion. The demand curve. This is yet another way of showing the law of demand and also the demand schedule. This is by way of diagrams and using by way of what diagrams. You can see I've written diagram here. I'm going to sketch a diagram for us. We use diagrams or graph. You remember we discussed in section 2 under unit 2 graphs. We looked at graphs under section 2 for unit 2. Let's use the same approach. We learn to draw a graph for our demand schedule. Let's get ready. I'm going to do some sketch. You can also take your jotter and follow. Now draw your vertical and horizontal axis. So your vertical and horizontal axis. Now we normally the vertical was for y and the horizontal was for x. Here our y will now be the price and our x would be the quantity demanded. Simply put, you can just say quantity. Now, by conversion, we measure prices on our vertical axis and the corresponding quantities demanded on the horizontal as I've indicated on my plot here. So let's try and sketch that of the demand schedule for the chocolates, right? So the chocolates we had, or let's even use that of any, yeah, let's use the chocolate. I think we had 32, we had 40, we had 53, we had 80, and we had 160. So I'll put this will be the price. So the price here was 32. The first was 32. 32 was for five cities, right? So it means that it will I'll put a 5 here. The prices range from 1, 2, 3, and what 5. So 32 was for 5 cities. So I'll do broken lines and asterisk comes. Now when it was 4 cities, we could buy 40 of them. So I'll do broken lines. I'll do broken lines and I'll sketch 4 cities. When it was 3 cities, we could buy 53. So I'll do for 3 cities and I'll get my asterisk for 53. When it was 2 cities, we could buy it at what 80. We could buy 80 of them. One it was 1 city, we could buy 160. So I'll do my asterisks. Now I'll join all the points. So I'll join all the points. So I'll join from here up through my points here. Wow, that is it. That is it. Let me introduce my cities, or I can say this is in cities. Alright. Okay, so I can say this may be point A. This can be say point B. I can let this be point B. Now, the point A shows that 160 bars of chocolate are demanded at price what? 1. And the point B shows that 40 bars of chocolate are demanded at price what? 4 cities. Now, joining them up, we obtain what we call the demand curve. So this line that has joined all the points is what we call the demand curve. The demand curve. And it is downward sloping. When you say downward sloping, you say it's a negative curve or downward. It's a downward sloping curve or a negative curve. Negative in the sense that increases demand. Negative in the sense that when price increases, quantity demand falls, and when price reduces, quantity demand increases. This brings us to the end of our lesson. This brings us to the end of our lesson. Thank you.